Well, how's it going, Next Gen team? I hope you are doing well today. Just wanted to stop by to give you a leadership lean in. Since we're not doing a Next Gen meeting every month and we're doing them every other month, I felt, I wanted to send you guys a video on the months that we don't meet, just to give you some information, some tips, some tricks into being a better leader. And so all the videos that are going to be sent to you are going to be videos hopefully that you can grow and you can develop in becoming the leader God desires you to be in this ministry. And so today what we're going to talk about is how you can become a better small group leader. Our ministry right now is really focused around small groups and building relationships with teenagers and young adults. And so I felt I wanted to just help you and give you some information to make your small group the best it can be. And so what I want to do is I want to give you 5 tips into how you can make your small group better and how you can become a better small group leader. All right, so I want to get into them, and they're not going to be long. It's just going to be some quick tips that you can maybe write down or jot down, and you can practice this next week. All right, so the first one I want to talk about is how we can become better small group leaders is that we need to stop talking so much. Now, I know that might seem hard for some of you, but we need to stop talking so much. Listen to this. The best leaders facilitate conversation rather than dispensing information. So if you think or if you feel like you are talking too much, or if you're having too much of the conversation be focused around you, you might be doing it a little wrong. And I just want to encourage you to facilitate instead of share information. Asking questions, pulling people into the conversation, instead of you always talking or you always sharing your thoughts, we want to get the thoughts of others. And so present the conversation, present questions that can lead people to have this conversation. All right, so that's the first one. So stop talking. All right, and the second one, which I've already kind of mentioned a little bit, but I want to tie another aspect to it, and that is how to become a better small group leaders to ask questions. All right, and I want you to know that it's a little different than the questions that we ask, but I want to encourage you when someone's talking about something, when someone is talking about maybe something deep, or when someone brings up something that maybe isn't connected to the questions that you're asking, I would encourage you to ask more questions about what they're talking about. Pull out the information that you believe they're trying to communicate. Sometimes people, when they share, it might be a little confusing or frustrating, or you might not understand what they're trying to get at. And so I would encourage you to ask more questions. And so don't just ask the questions that you're given, ask questions that are going to lead to more conversation. And that's going to make your group even more engaged, and it's going to feel like it's not such an order, or you're just trying to knock out the questions so you can be done, but just let it be fluid. Let the questions, maybe God will speak to you about a question you want to share, or maybe someone will ask a question, and don't push it away or don't stop it. Just allow questions to continue to be brought up, and it's going to help your conversation go a lot further and a lot deeper. All right, so the second one, ask questions, all right? So we got one is don't talk so much, all right? The second one, ask questions. So let's go to the third one. The third one is be comfortable with silence. I know that's gonna be difficult. I know for me personally, I hate when it's silent, or when I'm hanging out with someone and it's just silent. I normally want to talk, but I want you to know that silence sometimes allows God to speak to the people that are in the group. And so, if we're talking so much, or if everyone's sharing and there's not that moment of silence, then God might not have the opportunity to speak to those that are really trying to navigate certain things in their life. And so just, let there be silence. Let there be a little bit of quietness. Don't jump to the next question if there's some silence going on. Just allow God to speak. Allow God to move. And the coolest part is that sometimes when you're waiting in the silence, someone will have something that God gives them to share. And so you might miss that, though, if you pass by the silence. All right, so be okay with the silence. All right, let's go to the fourth one. And that is this, is that be a good listener. All right, I want you to know great small group leaders are they listen actively. And so I would encourage you when someone's sharing that you aren't just ready to jump in and give your thoughts or your opinion, but really truly listen to what they're saying. It can be difficult. It can be really difficult to listen to some people and what they're saying because it might not be connected to what we're talking about, or they might go on a rabbit trail. But I would just encourage you to listen. And the coolest part is when you listen actively, you can have conversation with them outside the group, and maybe even down the road a couple weeks from now, you can bring up that information, and it shows the people that you're leading that you truly care. I would encourage you, maybe take some notes of the things that the students, the young adults, or the youth are sharing, and it will really show that you're engaged in what they're saying. All right, so the fourth one, be a good listener. All right, let's wrap this up. The fifth one, how you can make your small group better and how you can become a better small group leader is that you need to involve everyone. I would encourage you in your small group. There's going to be some, great influential leaders or wise people in your group, but don't let them dominate the group. There's going to be some quiet people. There's going to be some, meek people that have just as much wisdom, but they need to be asked, or they need to be brought in, or they need to be, involved into the group. And so I would encourage you, if there's someone that's not sharing or kind of sitting in the background, pull them out, ask them, hey, what do you think about this, Josh? Hey, what do you think about this, Crystal? I know you haven't been sharing that much, but you're always wise. You always say great things. What do you think? And I'll pull them in. It'll make them feel more connected to the group. This is small group. This is a family. We're trying to create relationships and connections with people. But if people don't come in and feel like they can share, we're going to miss opportunities to build those relationships. And so pull people in. We have a rule in my small group that if you're new, all you gotta do is share once, and you don't have to share the rest of the time, because I know some people want to sit back and just listen, but people are joining these groups to build friendships, to grow in their faith, and so eventually they're gonna want to talk, and so we need to create an environment where they feel like they can share. All right, well, there you go. You got the five ways that you can make your small group better. So I hope that these help you. I'm going to read them one more time, so if you miss it. So the first one, stop talking so much, don't talk as much. The second one, ask questions. The third one, be comfortable with silence. The fourth one, be a good listener. And the fifth one is involve everyone. Well, hey, thank you for watching this. I hope it helps. I love you all so much. I will see you soon. Make sure you try to practice some of these this week. Take care.